to the U to the E, man. Where the hood, where the hood, where the hood at? Had a nigga in the truck where the wood at. All the niggas acting up where the wolves at.
What's up, Internet? Welcome to the eBay Adventure in Video Game Hunting, Episode 2. Let's try and get some more PlayStation 1 RPGs, but like last week, we're trying not to spend over $40 total. So we'll see what we can do. We're going for the cheaper ones. Hopefully we can catch some good deals. Let's get to it. Alright, so we're looking at this Star Ocean second story. I've got Roaming Dan in a hangout call with me because I forgot that I had this reminder after we were just doing our Saturday night show. What's a good price for Star Ocean second story?
The entire, the complete game, or just the box, or
complete?
Complete? Well, it depends. You know, our prices in Canada are so much higher than yours, so.
Like, it's got 2 minutes left. It's at. See, the problem with this is the shipping really kills it for me, like to the point where I don't know if I even want to bid on it. Because it's right now it's at $15.50, but $6 shipping.
That's not bad. $20.
Oh, I'm gonna put in 17, and I'm gonna wait until the last second and see what happens. Like, cause I'd pay 23 for that. That's a game I had when I was a kid, and I'd love to have it back. So hopefully we're able to get this. Alright, 53 seconds.
I think I'm looking at the exact same one you're looking for right now.
Yeah, it's
47 seconds left.
Yep.
Seems to be in really nice condition also.
Crossing my fingers. I would laugh my ass off if Danny outbids me on this out of nowhere.
No, I'm not bidding on it.
Oh, holy shit. R.I.P. 31 bucks. Keep it. God damn. God damn.
Oh.
That escalated quickly. Like, I'm pretty sure...
Someone sniped.
I am pretty sure. 49! Jesus Christ! Is there gold in there?
No, someone sniped for sure.
No, but like, I was looking at this earlier. Star Ocean, like, unless price charting is just street trash, which is possible, Star Ocean Complete supposedly goes for $20.77.
Oh, that's ridiculous. That price was ridiculous. I would never buy this. And you said that this is expensive for you, $49? Let me tell you the price in Canadian, what it would cost me to buy it. So right now it's $64 Canadian, plus $20 shipping, plus I have to pay an import charge of $9 also.
Oh, man.
So for me to buy that game would cost me like $84 and $93 to buy that game. So I can tell you it's going to stay on the internet. I'm not going to buy it for sure.
All right, well, that sucks. I guess I'm going to have to move on to something a little bit more realistic and accurate.
What do you have left? What do you have more on your list?
On my list, luckily I actually had this pulled up already, so I'd have to fumble around with it. A few other ones I'm looking at is getting the Wild Arms games for the PlayStation 1. They're both around 20, 23. According to... See, that's the problem, is I'm looking at price charting. I don't know if I can trust that at all.
No, not at all. The prices on it
if they were that far off on Star Ocean Second Story, I might be screwed for this entire episode. Because a lot of these are out of my price range, because I'm trying to limit myself to like $40. And like all the ones that are supposedly in my price range are games I don't really get that excited about, like the Final Fantasy chronicles and anthologies. Like, I have those games in other platforms, so it's like, eh. Front Mission 3 would be cool to get. That's supposedly around 21.
I want it also. I don't have that one yet.
One game on this list that is supposedly in my price range, but I don't know if I trust it. I don't know if you've heard of this game. Have you heard of Guardians Crusade?
I heard about it, but I've never played it before. But yes, I'm looking for it also.
It is surprisingly good. That was one of those games that I actually followed from way back before they renamed it. It used to be called Knight and Baby, or at least that's what it was called in Japan. I was following it in PSM magazine back in the day, and it's basically you play as a knight, and you have, what is it, like a dragon that you're training. Let me see if it, like, it's been a while since I've played it, but I remember renting it and loving it. But then we had to return it. Oh, it's some kind of monster. It's some pink monster.
Okay.
But it definitely, I remember it does grow up throughout the course of the game. And it's kind of like you have two characters. You have the knight, and you also have the monster that you are training / keeping safe. It was just a surprisingly good game. And if we're looking at price charting right now, supposedly it's worth $7.52 complete.
Yeah, well, you know what it is. You're going to go on eBay, it's going to be like $25 because it's a PS1 game and it's RPG.
Yeah.
I'm looking right now.
Yeah, like buy it now, $25, $29 or best offer, $40, $50, yeah.
Oh, that's way too expensive.
Yeah.
For me, $25 and $9 shipping. That's $34 US. Change it to Canadian. It's ridiculous.
And here's the thing, like the cheapest one on eBay right now is this one, Guardians Crusade, rare, complete. Case is broken, but can be easily replaced. The manual and the game have light wear, but should work.
A manual that should work?
Like, if like, that's one of those things that gets me really wary about bidding on something or buying something, is when they use terms like should, may, but they're still listing it as good condition. You know? Like, that doesn't make sense. If you don't know if it's gonna work, but you're listing it as good, that's not right. Like, if you're testing in the game and it works, it's in good condition. But he very specifically says it hasn't been tested in a while, but it should work. And I actually went thrifting with Alicia today, and we kind of came to the conclusion that if at any point you needed a Gran Turismo game, you just walk into any thrift store and it's there. Like, there's always a Gran Turismo 3, Gran Turismo 4, at least one disc of one of the PlayStation 1 games. But the eBay adventure is going to have to continue later, because I'm actually running out of space on this. Say goodbye, Dan.
Bye.
So, here's another one for Star Ocean, second story for the PlayStation 1. And I really can't see why that other one went for almost $50 when this one has a buy it now for $25 or best offer. So I'm gonna do a best offer. Let's hit them with 20. And the only problem with this one, it's complete. The case has a broken hinge, so it doesn't stay on right, but I could just swap that out with another dual disc case for the PlayStation or just the regular ass CD. So we'll check back to see if I end up getting this one, because this is basically half price of the one that we were looking at just a little while ago. I'm going to try and employ a tip that was left in the comment section on the last video. Contacting the seller on Guardians Crusade. He has it for $25 but no best offer. I'm going to see if he'd take $20 for it, because I'd be very happy to get this game. So, hello, I'm interested in Guardians Crusade. Would you consider taking shipped for this item? I'm going to enter this. Send. Alright, so we'll cross our fingers. If anything comes of this, we'll get back to it. Alright guys, a big shout out to Vombi. Because of him, and this tip he left, I was able to convince the seller to go down to $20. So, our first game this week, Guardians Crusade for the PlayStation 1. So, I'm sitting here trying to close out this episode of eBay Adventure and Video Game Hunting. Kind of reviewing my notepad I have here. These are all prices based on price charting, so you can't really trust them, as we learned earlier in this episode. I've gone through a few of these. One of them that I'm looking at right now, just because it's a good value, and it's a game I'd be interested in actually trying out. Monster Rancher 2, supposedly around $26 on price charting. Scrolling through here, we actually have one that is pretty low. It's $19.99 or best offer with free shipping. So I'm actually about to hit them up with a few dollars off and see if they'll accept. Seller doesn't have the best rating, 97.9, but it was, I checked his rating already, it was already from like 12 months ago, so this is supposedly trending at 26.50, so Monster Rancher 2 for under 20 is something I'd like to get, so I'm going to actually offer him, do we want a super low ball or no? Let's hit him with 16.50. And I'll submit that offer. And we'll check back if they get back to us. I've actually had a little bit of bad luck with these offers not being responded to. Like, I sent this Star Ocean one earlier today. No response. No response. But whichever one responds first, I guess, is what we'll go with. Alright guys, so while I was at work today, I noticed that for Monster Rancher 2, my offer of $16.50 was declined, and this is one of my pet peeves on eBay, and I made sure I would never do this when I was a seller, is if you're going to decline an offer, the button is right there to make a counter offer, and it's really annoying when they just decline it outright. Like, it's not like it was an insulting price. It was only asking for, what, $3.50 off? Not even. I don't even know math, but whatever. He declined $16.50. I went up to $17.50, see what he would say, and of course he declined that as well. When I went to $18.50, he finally accepted. So these are the two games I'm going to be getting for this eBay Adventure and Video Game Hunting. Let's check back when I have them in my actual possession and see what kind of condition they're in. I don't know, I'm just rocking a Green Bay Snuggie for some reason. Picked up two games, and the goal this week was cheap PlayStation 1 RPGs. One of my favorite things to collect for PlayStation 1 and RPGs. This first game, Guardians Crusade. One note about this, the case is in kind of jacked up condition, but we can just replace that. And ta-da! Great condition. Both the games I got this week are in really nice condition, barely any scratches whatsoever. Very happy to have this in my collection finally. I remember renting it, but never getting a chance to buy it. And next up, we have a game that I've never owned. I owned the first game in the series, so I actually don't know too much about this, but I remember absolutely loving the first game, and it's very innovative, especially for its time. Even now, like, explaining what this game is today, like, looking back, it's crazy. And that game, of course, is Monster Rancher 2. I had the original game, and just the idea that you would take the disc out and put in random-ass music CDs or whatever, and get random monsters, well, not random, but monsters from whatever CD it was. And I remember looking in Tips and Tricks magazine and wishing I was into a certain kind of music based on it having a certain monster. I never had any CDs that had good monsters in them. It was always just like, here's Suezo, here's Golem, here's the wolf, whatever the wolf was called. Like, I just had the basics. But very, very happy to have this in my collection. Both of these I got for, I'd say, around $20. If you check price charting on Guardians Crusade, as we learned earlier in the video, you can't really trust price charting. You have to do your research. You can't just go to that site and assume it's going to be correct, because they were wrong about Star Ocean. They were wrong completely about Guardians Crusade. I went into this thinking Guardians Crusade was like an $8 game based on price charting, and it's actually around $25. So let me know if you have any suggestions for future eBay adventure and video game hunting episodes, what I should be looking for. If you have any tips and tricks, as you saw, I employed one today. Thanks once again to Vombi. And subscribe if you're new. As always, keep it real, Internet. Let's hope Packers could recover from that loss that they had last weekend. Not bad. If you check price charting on Guardians Crusade, for some reason they have it all fucked up. They have it... Whoa, we're falling.